40 years ago, a dreadful crime was committed against the human race.
In the early 1970s, very significant members of the research community are beginning to think that sugar is kind of uniquely toxic, and that the sugar industry was aware of this. They can't just sit back and ignore it or pretend it's not true. The sugar industry hired a public relations firm, very well-respected, famous PR firm, to put together a strategic plan. The crime that's been committed is the killing of hundreds of thousands or millions of people every year by heart disease and diabetes and obesity. And sugar is the prime suspect, should be the prime suspect. It's taken into court.
When you are diagnosed with diabetes, you have to change the way you live overnight, and you have to find out who your enemy really is.
It responds on the brain the same way cocaine does.
Is it considered a drug?
That is a brilliant question, and yes, it would. If sugar was created today and it went to the FDA to get approved, it would be approved like any other drug.
Industry co-opts science by paying for researchers to do science that benefits them.
There's the commercial that says corn syrup is different from sugar, but that's like saying crack cocaine is better than regular cocaine. They're both nasty.
It's essential. The first step to curing diabetes is not to trust this system that you live on.
After doing 5,000 coronary bypass operations, I realized I was treating a biological problem with a mechanical solution. That's when I began to look back at what really was causing this problem so we could get to a cure.
That message cannot be sent, and the World Health Organization is totally under control by doctors working for the multinationals.
How can this be food? Really smells like peanut butter with lots of sugar in it. This I find a crime. This I find criminal, to feed this to these poor children.
Do not have widespread mutation of a gene that's associated with obesity and diabetes. That's not the story. The story is a change in diet habits.
You are what you eat and drink. It is that simple.
Sugar and sweetness is part of the world culture. The world in the last 300 years has developed more and more sweetness, more and more culture around sweetness.
If you look at modern world, we all eat so much sugar and we become slaves of our modern big society. We just do as the corporations want us to do.
I invented the economics of sweetness, this wonderful thing given by God to humanity.
This story is about everyone